It's safe to say that there were plenty of incredible models at Airliners International 2025 Atlanta. Today, we're going to be taking a look at all these models and what they all encompass. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Welcome everybody to Airliners International 2025 Atlanta, and we have some really cool models to take a look at today. Some larger scale aircraft, some smaller scale aircraft, and really everywhere in between. So I'm just going to go through one by one in my daily vlogs from the event. You'll see all these models a little bit more close up and moving, but today we have several pictures to take a look at. So let's just go ahead and get started. Starting right here with this absolutely beautiful large scale Delta Airlines McDonnell Douglas MD-88, or yeah, this is the 88. Absolutely stunning model. This was so cool, and yeah, there was just so many impressive aircraft. So this was definitely a multi-$1,000 aircraft here, and I'm just so impressed with the level of accuracy with the simple details. It looks really nice, and that engine's really cool. We'll see more shots of it throughout, but it was definitely an attraction to say the least. That was really cool to see. Next to it, we had a this is just a normal house livery Boeing 747. Very good looking aircraft. Love the house livery, so that was really cool to see. And then also a Mexicana Electra on the ground, it looks like. And then here's a no-shot Delta MD-88. Again, no crazy printing details, but just nice and simple. Looks really nice overall. So that was a really cool aircraft to check out. A variety of boxes here from ADI's table. You can see here a wide variety of Mad Dogs, honestly. There's quite a few of those going on here. And some 717s as well. So this is kind of the McDonnell Douglas area. So that was definitely a highlight. And then here's a variety shot. I apologize, some of these aren't in focus. These are screenshots from videos that you just push on your iPhone on the button. But anyway, A319, some safety cards. But getting back, you got some JC Wings aircraft in there and some other smaller aircraft. So definitely some good prices. And here's the 1-200 side of that with a TWA L1011, PSA's L1011. Along with that, you even have a Delta A350 there. Pretty fitting. Next up, a wide variety of NG models. I believe this is the Final Approach collectibles table, but you can see here quite a few Delta 319s, ATA L1011s. You even got some other 75s and Spirit A3 Airbuses just in general, so looking nice. This is the portion that had more NGs. You see Southwest, TWA Hybrid, got JetBlue. There's a Star Alliance aircraft in there, but you even got the TWA SP right there, so that's nice. I believe this is the same area. I could be wrong, but more Geminis here, a wide variety. Mainly, it looks like new releases. I'm seeing like Hawaiians, and then you got the Delta Airbuses in there. You got Flare Max, and then, you know, even America 787. So just a hodgepodge of releases over the last 3 years or so. And this, I believe, was over there. This is the Florida retailer. Everybody knows exactly who I'm talking about. It was right under the nose, the Delta 767. Of course, my name slips on him, but that was who it was. And he had a very, very large stock, like 20 tables. He brought the absolute entire fleet. But as you can see here, some unique Starjet aircraft. That was one of the few retailers to have those at the show. You can also see some Gemini 200 aircraft, Delta wide bodies, Air Force One, so that was pretty cool. I have full videos on this absolutely immaculate display of Atlanta's Concourse A on the channel, so definitely take a look at that. But I definitely just want to, always highlight these pictures because they're really good shots. So great jet bridges, Lego Concourse, really good matte display. Overall, just a really impressive effort for a variety of reasons. So that's looking quite nice, and definitely really happy to see the entire lineup as well. So that's really cool. I really like this shot as well because you get 2 aircraft fuselages in it. So I think that's a very cool one as well. You got the Delta Flight Museum logo too. So I was very happy with those. And then this one's also just really cool. So I know that the 1-200 technology for GSC, jet bridges, and other items applicable to the airport displays are really rising. I know more people are getting involved with that. So one of my big ambitions for late 2025, if not definitely 2026, is a 1-200 airport display. You all have seen my collection grow thanks to these airline collectible shows, and it's just a great opportunity for sure. So really happy about that. And you just see the amount of realism you can get here. And again, GSC here, really impressive. So just great to see it all put together. And then there's the Sky Team there with the lav truck. It's also just easier to get the accurate detail as well. It's really impressive. And then there's a 737-900ER. Again, just really flexible, easier to get precision. The canopies can be more accurate. Long list of items. And then here's another lineup shot looking nice. Really good variety table here of some some flight miniatures. There's some other, I don't know what the brand's name is. I have a model of them now, but it has this end piece here on the stand and a little knob. If anybody knows that manufacturer, please let me know. I'm very curious. But as you can tell, a variety of aircraft. There's Continental ATR. This is really an interesting lineup. You got the AirTran Indianapolis Colt Special Livery, House Livery Boeing Everett, got an MD-83 House, got a B2, that would be a B2 Spirit, I believe, and then B1 Lancer. Yeah, those are the military planes. And then here's a beautiful display right here from Brian Keene's little setup. I believe this is what he gave away, but this is Jet Set models right here. Check out the link in the description for all the discount codes, but Jet Set definitely's got it made here. You can see some of his new GSC with the catering trucks right here, some of the baggage carts and whatnot. It all looks really nice. Glass jet bridges from JC Wings, and then Brian Keene is extremely talented. He crafts his own concourses and whatnot. This is handcrafted, very incredible, you know, just the precision. I mean, to be able to use, I'm assuming this looks like a really solid piece of paper. It could be cardstock, but whatever is being used here, it's really impressive to see how well that comes together. So Brian Keene, you're an absolute legend. Excited to make more videos with Brian Keene very soon. Here's a nice variety from ADI once again. This time we're looking at the wide bodies. I really want that Emirates A350, but the Coletta 333, get the Delta 100 Years, Emirates, MBA. So great variety of aircraft. This is the other side of it, the United SAF for $49, just phenomenal. United Boeing 788. You also got the United Star Line 763, Air Canada show specials, so you're always getting the good deals here. Delta Neo 100 Years, you got the United Sol Bass, very good deals, man. $41 for some of this, just incredible prices. This is the variety table. There was one of the personal vendors that had all these Dragon Wings and older Gemini jets, so obviously selling an older personal collection. This, I have no idea who this was, to be honest, but good variety of Gemini jets, like a wide variety, a bunch of Delta. Look at all that. And these are all the recent releases over the last couple of years. You got the 764s, BCA, Sky Team I'm not seeing off the jump, but I do see the Ron Allen back there, Delta 763. Well, just a nice variety overall. Here is some, this might be DG Pilot, right? This might be DG, to be honest. This looks like DG right here. I'm not sure, though. But anyway, some wide bodies here in the 1-200. And then, yeah, this is definitely DG right here. You can see the Allegheny American 321. You also got the, you know, various Air India, Delta, just a good variety. A couple in-flight 200s. Over here looking very nice with the Hawaiian and Cam Air wide body aircraft. You got some narrow body Gemini 200s. And then I also did a full video on this as well, but this is the, what's this? This is the model aircraft display that they have between the hangars at the Delta Flight Museum. So cutaway Delta L-1011, all the aircraft flying throughout, Delta Shuttle 727. Again, I have a full video on that, so definitely check it out. Here's a wide angle perspective of Concourse A and a couple more close-ups for good measure. Love some of the variety on the aircraft here in the GSC once again, really good. No clue who this table is, but looking nice with all the Southwest action here for sure. A very wide variety and some that are already pretty tough to find. So this was really a good variety table. Whoever's table this was, shout out to you. And a very good variety of Gemini jets in here. Air Florida 732, Wild Row Q400. Let's see, United Together Max 8. Once again, Delta playing very strong here. Here's some more new releases. This might have been the Swatchies table, to be completely honest, but some good variety there. And then once again, another variety of some NGs and some older Geminis. Yeah, this was definitely Swatchies. Here's a nice variety over here. Sol Bass United, and then you got the Juno Air 757-300, a Western 707. So good variety. I don't know why that shot's in here, to be honest with you. I apologize about that. I also do not know why I clicked on these because I looked at the thumbnails. So those three could have been a glitch, to be honest. Or what I did is I selected like 9 at a time and they got in there. But that looks to be Slimmerville. There'll be a full video on that. So there's a little bonus promo for Mr. Chris Slimmer. Nice variety of Concourse A once again. Love that Delta 75 and the 763 as well. And then this shot was pretty cool. And there's our banquet speaker. That would be David Stringer. So great to see him in the shot right there. But the highlight that we were getting to on this aircraft shot for the models was this display right here. And here's a nice lineup shot. I know it's very fuzzy, but yeah, very good variety of models. FedEx MD-11, you got the Eastern L-1011, American 333, and yeah, every aircraft in the book. There's a Constellation in there. This is a really cool shot. I should have got this in focus. I hope I got a better one later on. I know I got a sideways one, but anyway, more on the DG pilot table. And then here is the absolute plethora of Delta aircraft. So I hope you like Delta. I probably should have bought one of the 100 years, 1-200s, and I still very well might do that, but obviously plenty of stock on that right there. This was the ADI distribution on this table once again is what I meant to say. Very good Allegiant Max there. A couple of other nice aircraft LL back there. You got the Aeromexico new livery, TUI. There's the Bonanza in the very back. It's a good variety there. Once again, another perspective. You got the United 788 Pan Am, 74SP, a couple others. This looks like swatches again. This time the Aero Classic lineup. Got some of the recent releases, and I got to get a release reaction done. I got to do a live stream soon and get caught up. But anyway, you can see the variety of the Eastern aircraft. Definitely a nice plethora there, so that was a nice aspect. This is West Coast diecast here. You can see some of the various NG models in the 1-200 that not all the carriers were carrying, and some of the other like SQ wings and whatnot. They got a good variety of stock. Here's the Everett 747 right there, and some sort of really cool military aircraft there in the back. So that's very neat. This is that Florida retailer I was telling you all about once again, and plenty of Delta planes, like more than what you ever would have expected. Just boxes and boxes worth. So look at all the Airbuses right here, A320s and A321s and A330s. There's the beautiful SQ wings, I believe, Everett 747-8, or rather the final Atlas one, but obviously in the bare green livery where it would be at Seattle Everett. And then there is a different perspective on it. There's that Delta 88 again, that 747, just beautiful to see those. There's a close-up shot of that model looking quite nice. Terrible fuzz picture. That is the United Boeing 737-900 that now sits here with me. Actually, it's in my office at work, but that is mine now, which is awesome. Glad to get a good deal on that. If you couldn't tell, I was eyeing that the whole time, so I'm glad that I got a good deal and it worked out, and now it's in my fleet, and yeah, I'm excited to highlight that. That's a really good aircraft right there, so good perspectives of it too. It's just weird to look back at a model that I was admiring and then it ended up being one that I purchased, so pretty fun right there. That Everett, that 748 in the back would have been really nice, but I already kind of have, I don't really have a bare metal one, the 200. I probably need to change that at some point, but yeah, I was eyeing that from the beginning, so glad to get that. That's a great aircraft. There's the Delta again, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is all the pictures. This is just a variety. I might go back and do screenshots and get some of the angles that I didn't get, but this really shows what airline collectible shows look like. So definitely check out all the information, link in the description. But with that, I really hope all of you enjoyed this. Thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love and love you do. My name's CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as CM Aviation is signing off.